using the Light the Year. I'm going to move this back, sorry. Light the Year and Christmas Friends bundles tonight. Both of these are on the last chance list. The Christmas Friends bundle, you will want to buy it in the bundle because even though each piece is discounted, it's just like 10 cents cheaper to buy the bundle. Light the Year, however, this bundle is cheaper to buy individually because both pieces are discounted more than what the bundle price is. So, unbundled, bundled, okay, on the last chance list. And I know Light the Year is still available. I checked that just a few minutes ago. And let me check Christmas Friends really quickly. I would hate for it to be sold out. Nope, both pieces are still available. Okay, so this is what we're going to be using tonight, along with a couple of other items. Winterly Treetops, we're going to be using this image here and the coordinating die. This is not on the last chance list. We will also be using the Spotlight on Nature dies and Falling Snow. This is also not on the last chance list that I know of. I should double check that too. I would hate to give you false information. Yep, definitely not on the last chance list. And then the designer series paper that we're going to be using is the Take a Bow paper. And that is a 6x6 pack. You get 48 sheets, and I believe you get 12 sheets of 4 double-sided designs. This is a great pack of paper, also not on the last chance list. So we're going to be using this pattern here. All right, so this card is a little detailed. Let's put it that way. It's not complicated, it's just detailed. I've done a lot of the coloring and die cutting ahead of time, but I wanted to show you what pieces you're going to need. So let's go ahead and get those stamped. We're going to start with some Memento Tuxedo Black. And you know what I didn't do was I didn't get this video up so I can even see who's on. So let me see if I can do that and see your comments. Sometimes it takes a minute for it to work for me. And sometimes it just doesn't let me. Oh, here, open the panel. Let's see if that works. No. Why is it being stubborn? Let's open the panel so I can talk to you guys. Come on. Why are you being stubborn? There it goes. Hi, Tracy. Hi, Laura. Wow. I just don't get this YouTube live chat thing when sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. Anyway, thank you so much for joining me. So as I was saying, let's go ahead and get started on the stamping. So I'm going to take from the Winterly Treetops bundle, I'm going to take the little swag image. I need 2 of these. So we're going to stamp it twice. And I'm just going to flip that to the other end. This is a quarter sheet of basic white cardstock that I'm using. Okay, so we've got those. And then we need the owl from Christmas Friends. And I don't want to get in the way of those other ones. So we're going to go that way. And we need the mouse from Christmas Friends. Okay. And then we're going to need the small lantern from Light the Year. This is a distinctive stamp set. It gives you all that shadowing in just one shot there. And then I think the last thing, well, besides our sentiment, that we need is, oh my goodness, my mind just went boink. I need the bow. No, I don't need the bow. I'm not using the bow. I don't know why I have that over here. Okay, so we do that. Then we need to stamp our sentiment. So let's go ahead. I actually have a 1/2 inch strip of basic white cardstock for that. So we're going to do this in real red. Yes, Tracy, this card is Harvard style. Yep. It started out simple and excuse me, it didn't stay that way. But it did turn out really cute, or I thought it did anyway. Okay, so there is our sentiment strip. I'll be cutting that off. And then we have one last thing to stamp. And I have taken from the Christmas Friends dies. Oh my goodness, what did I do with, oh, that circle is attached. Okay, I have taken the large circle from the Christmas Friends dies. That's this one right here. And I've cut out a piece of basic white. Okay, and then I'm going to lay this one right back in here. Okay. So we're going to take that basic white circle here, and we're going to take the Falling Snow stamp set. It's just one stamp. And I'm going to take some Pool Party. And I re-inked this last night, so hopefully it's not, oh no, I didn't re-ink it. I pushed the ink down so that it wouldn't be so overly inky. Pushed it down with a spoon. So let's hope it stayed that way. I kept it upside down. Okay, so we're going to do that. And then I need to grab a scrap piece of paper. And I'm just going to take my circle and I'm going to set it kind of in the little low of center. This has a lot of snowflakes on the top, and then as you go down, the snowflakes lessen. So we are going to just give that a press. And then we'll lift that up, and there is our circle. Okay. Now I can clean this and then set it aside. Sometimes I like to just ink right in the stamp case. If I'm just inking a smaller area and not the large card and I don't need to be quite so precise, then I just ink right in the stamp case. Okay, so that is done now. We've got that piece. All right, we need to take this little lantern and we're going to take real red again. And we're going to take the candle from Light the Year. And I'm just going to stamp that right there, like so. And then I'm going to take the Light Daffodil Delight Stampin' Blend, and I'm just going to color in that flame. And then you could leave it like that, but I want it to look like there's a glow. So I'm going to take a little bit of crushed curry ink. I'm going to dab that on and dab it off right here on my glass mat, just so I don't get a big blob. And then I'm going to take my blending brush and just spread that around there. So I've got the candle glow inside my lantern. Okay, and that's all we need that for. Okay, let's go ahead and clean that off. I've got my Glass Mat Studio chamois here. I cut mine into quarters because my friend said I could, so I did. All right, so I really have colored all these pieces, but I do want to show you how I colored some of the greenery on here. Okay, so these are the colors that I have used. These are all of the blends that I've used to color all my images. Okay, so just a quick little look at that. So I'm just going to color half here. I'm going to start with the dark real red. And I'm just going to color the tops of those berries. Okay. And then I'll go back with the light real red. I just want to show you what I did. I don't really need to do it all. Okay. And then for these larger leaves here, I took the dark granny apple green and I drew a line and scribbled at the bottom. Here's some little ones here you'll want to really look after. There's on both sides, you've got tiny ones like that. And then we'll take the light granny apple green and go back and finish that. Just blend those. I like to start at the top and work toward the bottom of the leaf. Okay. And then for these leaves here, I took dark old olive and I kind of went where the artist did, and then at the base of the leaf. Okay, and I did that for both sides, of course, and for this one as well. And then I've got the dark shaded spruce, and I'm going to go back in over all of that. Okay, this kind of gives the illusion of a color close to garden green, and as you know, we don't have blends in that color. Okay, now I wanted these little leaves to be garden green. So how do I accomplish that? I take my garden green ink pad and I squeeze some ink into the well. I have the old style pad, so I can do this easily with these. If you don't, take a block and use the block, just dip it in your ink pad and get the ink there. And then you're going to take your color lifter. Okay, let me get this situated. And then I'm just going to pick up with the bullet tip some garden green ink. And I'm going to start at the base of the leaves and work my way out. That way the dark color is at the base and the lighter color is at the tip. Okay, and I do that for all of those little leaves. And then I also did the same thing for the little branches here. So don't forget those. Okay, and that's how I did all of both of those. And then this, you just take this and color out until it turns white. It'll stain the tip of your pen, but when it colors white, then you're good to go and put it into another color again. Kind of like the blender pens, but in Stampin' Blends. Okay, so that is how I did that. And then I colored the mouse in Crumb Cake. The ears here are in the Natural Tones Light SU 1000. And I did his little nose there. Okay. And then the book, I did dark granny apple green on the spine, a little bit around the hands. And then I finished it off with the light granny apple green. Okay, and there's his little book. I used a little bit of dark wild wheat on the bell, right below the bow there, and then color that in with the light wild wheat, so dark and then light, and that'll give you the illusion of gold. Real red for the bow here. I started with the dark on the artist lines and in the center, and then fill that in with the light real red. Okay, so that's how I did the mouse. And then for the owl, I took my light smoky slate and I just kind of dotted where the artist has lines here. So I just went with the direction that the artist put the lines. Okay, a little bit in the wings. And for this one, I actually turned it upside down because I found that was easier for me to go with the artist flow. Okay. And so I've got that. A little bit there and there. And then I colored his feet in the smoky slate. All right. And again, I used the light SU 1000 for his beak. And then I went back with the color lifter and I took the brush tip. And again, I went in the direction that the artist went, just to lighten that up just a little bit. And I didn't worry about his tail, okay? Because that's not going to show. And then for the hat, we'll do some dark real red here and artist lines here and here. And then I went along the edge of the fur there. And then go back with, hello, Cynthia. And then go back with the light and blend that all together. Okay. So there's that. And then we're going to go in with our Wink of Stella. Okay, and we're going to put Wink of Stella on all of our berries, on the bell and the bow, and on the white of the Santa hat here. Okay. And of course you would do that with both of those. All right. So then all of these images have die cuts. So you just take the coordinating die cuts and cut those out. Okay. So just put those on there and cut them out. Of course, you'll have to run this through twice for this. You've got the owl and the lantern, okay? And all of this will fit on the cut and emboss machine in one pass. So you can cut these out and then you would have to cut this one out separate. Okay, so that is that. I don't know why I have that bow because I'm pretty sure I didn't use that bow. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I didn't use it. Okay, maybe on the inside. I don't know. Okay, so let's get these back so they don't get lost. All right, and then once you get those all cut out, then you're going to take that large circle die from the Christmas Friends, okay, right here. And then the Spotlight on Nature dies, you're going to take the largest of the radiating stitches, and these will set right inside each other perfectly. And then I just taped them together, and I ran this through with a piece of garden green. And when you do that, then you get this circle frame, which is really cool. Okay, so I pre-did that. And then we've got this. Now, what we need to do before we start putting all of this together is we need to get our card base. This is a piece of Pool Party. It's a standard A2, 5.5 by 8.5, scored at 4 1/4. This is going to be a landscape card. I've taken a piece of the Take a Bow Designer Series paper, and I am going to add this. This is 4 1/8 by 5 3/8. So it has just an 1/8 inch border, 4 1/8 by 5 3/8. And I'm going to put this down with liquid glue. And you will see why in a minute. You know what? Actually, I need to put a little bit of glue here. Well, we're just going to do this because I need this to actually glue so that it doesn't come undone in the center. Okay. All right, so then we're going to add this to our card base. But before I do that, I always like to fold these so that if I get a little bit of the card base uneven, I can put the larger part in the front so that you don't see that part sticking out. This one's fine, but okay, so we're going to use this side here. Let's put this down and center that up as best we can. And that looks pretty good. Okay, now that we have that done, we need to do a little dry fitting. So we're going to bring in our pieces. So here's all of our pieces. Colored die cut. For some reason, I have that bow. I'm going to figure that out at some point. Okay, so we've got all these. Then we've got our circle. Okay. And we need to dry fit this so we know where we want this to go. It's going to be a little off to the side because we need to have room for our owl and our mouse. And what I find is if you put the mouse down first, make sure it doesn't go off the edge. Okay. And then stick your owl in here. Whoops. Tell that to stay put. And then we're going to put this up here. And I might want to bring that down a bit. I'm going to bring that down just a bit because I need to make sure that my points of my leaves up here do not hit the fold. All right, this is going to go here like so. All right, so that's about where we want it, I think. And then we're going to put our sentiment over here. Okay, so now that we know about where we want it, we're going to move all of these pieces. And we're going to bring back in that large circle die from the Christmas Friends. I'm going to use a place marker here like that in case something moves, okay? And I need to grab that die, okay? So I'm going to take this circle die from Christmas Friends, and I'm going to lift this up, and I'm going to put this down here, and I'm going to hope I can pull that out of it. Well, that's not going to work. Okay, hang on. Do this, and I'm going to do this. Okay, I think that's going to work. And then I can still do this. Yep. Okay. So now I'm going to take this. I'm going to tape this down here. Okay. Move those things out of the way. We're going to bring in our Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. All right. And let's see. Let's get our plates. So we've got plate 1. We've got our thin mat, which is plate 2. And then number 3. And here is our card. And I'm going to put that on. I need to make sure that my card is open so I don't cut through both pieces. And then I'm just going to roll this through. Okay. And now I've got this piece here. We're just going to take this and lift it out. Okay. Now you can save this for another project. We're not using it here. Okay. If you don't glue this together in this section, then these will come apart, but it also will come apart here, and then you got to try and get glue under there. Not fun, so let's not do that. Okay, so now we're going to take this, all right? I'm going to take that snowflake piece, and we're going to drop that through the hole. Put some Stampin' Seal on it. Get your snowflakes how you want them. Okay, and then we'll just press that through the hole and lift that up. Okay, so this is what we have so far. Now, to finish this off, we're going to take and add this piece, and I'm going to do that with some liquid glue because these radiating stitches, if you're not careful, you end up with glue where it's seeping through. So I'm just going to take the Tombow liquid glue that I have in a fine tip adapter bottle here, put a little bit of glue. If you can see it, it's enough, and it will hold. Tombow is a very strong glue. So you don't need a lot, and if you get too much, it just oozes. And then you have a mess, and nobody likes that. So then we're going to take this, and we're going to set that down and glue that in place. Okay? And we're just going to set that for a minute. I'm going to take this and just give it a press so it'll stay. Make sure I didn't get any ink off of that stamp. Okay, so now we have this. Now, I found the easiest way to do this. We're going to put this up here, but I also wanted the decoration on the inside. So we're going to take this piece and we're going to put it in here, like so, with these two pieces right at the fold, not over the fold, but right at the fold. Okay, I'm going to close that up and make sure it looks okay. And then I'm going to take a little bit of seal. And before I do that, I almost forgot. Hang on, I don't think I did it that way. Let me look. Yes, I did. I did this differently in different parts. So I'm going to take this and I'm going to put this here. Let me have a little glue dot here on my lantern piece. I need to put my lantern down first. Okay, and then I'm going to put just a little bit of adhesive at the top. I want this to kind of look like it's not fully adhered. And we're going to put this here where we want it and not press it down. Okay. And then we're going to take our lantern and put it, I want the lantern a little bit higher. Like so. Not pressing it hard because I want to be able to move it. Okay, and that looks pretty good. Yep, that's what I want. Okay. So, oh, did I get the right one? Hang on, you guys. I might have just grabbed the wrong one. Nope, I got the right one. Oh, it doesn't matter because I haven't done this. Woo-hoo-hoo. Okay. So, in addition to cutting these two pieces, I also cut another piece in just basic white, okay, for the front, because this is going to go on the front of our card. And if we put it on the front of our card, like so, to cover that up, then you would be able to see the coloring in the back. Now, if that doesn't bother you, then no worries. Just put it on and go. That's the way I did my first card, and then I went, oh, I kind of got a mess on the back there. Not that my recipient will care. They're not going to be going, oh, look at that. They're going to be going, wow. Okay, so then I'm going to take and glue these two pieces together. And with the liquid glue, I get a little bit of slide time. Okay, so I put those two together. And then I can put this over the top here. So it still looks like my lantern has the swag. Okay. Here, I'm going to take some glue dots. And I'm going to put those in the center. And I'm actually going to put them on the frame piece. Okay, because I want these to not glue anything together. So if I put it on the frame piece, then I know I'm good. So then I can take and put this like so, making sure that I cover that one behind. Okay. And just checking the comments. Okay, so we've got that. And then I can take my little mouse here and I'm going to take some Stampin' Dimensionals. Let me grab those. And I'm going to use the minis for my mouse. So I'm going to put one here, one on the ears, and one here. And then I might add some more, but I need to figure out where my owl is going to go before I add anything more. Otherwise, my dimensionals will get in the way. I need to put one down here at the foot, I think. Okay, and then I'll put him right here, making sure I'm going to keep him just on the red, but I'm not worried about that over here on the right-hand side. I just want to keep it within the confines of the card base, okay? So I've got my mouse now. I'm going to add my owl, and he's going to go in here like this. Okay, so how I decided to make sure that I didn't end up gluing this together, I took my little owl, and I opened this up, and I took a little pencil, and I drew a light little arc. Okay? Now, I know that this is the part that's going to stick out, so I can put my glue dots on here. So let's add a mini glue dot right here by the hat, by the ball of the hat, make sure that's not showing. And then I can take regular dimensionals and I can bring those in a little bit further here. Okay. And then let's make sure that's not going to interfere with anything. Okay, and then I'm going to put one more little glue dot right here. All right. I know it seems like a lot of overkill on the dimensionals, but I would rather too many than too little. That's my motto. And then we're going to just slide this in here where we want it. And before I press it down, I'm going to make sure that one, I can't see the pencil mark, and two, I can't see the dimensionals. Okay. Now, all we have left is the sentiment. So we're going to take our paper snips on our 1/2 inch piece here, and I'm going to cut this at an angle, and then I'm going to flip this over here to the other side, like so, and that's going to ensure that I have the same angle on both ends. I might move that just a little bit more, try to even that up, and then just cut along that edge. Okay, now my angles are the same on both ends, and I can add this right here. Now I've got a little bit of a lip from the circle frame here, so what I'm going to do to combat that is I'm going to take my glue dots, and I'm going to add a glue dot, and another glue dot onto this end, and then I'm going to add a little bit of liquid glue once I get that down where I want it. And I'm going to add a little bit of liquid glue right here on the frame. I might have got too much. I hope not, because I don't want that oozing. Okay, so now my sentiment is on. Okay. And there is our card. Now, would you put embellishments on this, or do you think it is busy enough? You decide, should we add embellishments or should we not? I was thinking about the iridescent faceted gems, but when I set these in here, I thought, is that really going to add or detract from our design? Help me out here, ladies. Oh, thanks, Laura. I'm glad you like that. Go ahead and put in the comments whether you think it needs embellishments or not. I'll go ahead and bring that a little bit closer to the camera, just so you can see it a little better. Yes or no on those embellishments? Jennifer said to add embellishments. Okay, so let's see. Let's go. What do we have here? That I didn't really care for the faceted gems, and I don't think you can really use the peppermints. I think maybe, should we use iridescent pearls? Are those too fancy for our whimsical, kind of whimsical card? It's kind of whimsical, kind of elegant. Let's try these. I'd say I would have added the white loose snowflakes to this card, but they're already discontinued. But if you have yours, that would actually be my choice, the white loose snowflakes. So let's go, I'm going to put one here, and then we'll add one down here. Okay, and there you have it. Now this is where you would write your message, or if that was too much room for you, you could go ahead and stamp a sentiment over here for the inside. I wanted to leave this for signing and any message that you wanted to write. But there you have the card for tonight. I hope you like that. And remember, these the Christmas Friends and the Light Your Year, those are on the last chance. Buy your Christmas bundle in the bundle and buy the Light the Year separately, because those pieces will come out cheaper individually. All right. All right, everybody. Thanks so much for watching. I appreciate you. And hopefully I'll see you next Tuesday. Actually, next Thursday, I probably won't be live on YouTube because I have a swim meet and I'm not sure when it'll be over. But just check, because typically those meets get over by 5:30, so I could still be home and ready to go by 7. You'll just have to check, and if not, I'll have a pre-recorded video for you that will go up at that time anyway. All right? Thanks for watching, everybody. Be sure to like and subscribe. I appreciate that. Thanks so much. Good night.